G'day guys, my name is Wildkard and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for following my content, I do really appreciate it. If you want to buy me an instant coffee, hit the join button down below. Otherwise, let's talk about today's preview. Sir Fozzie, have you lost your mind? What's going on? I genuinely cannot believe this All Black selection that Sir Fozzie has come up for this game. Like, is this seriously looking at to get fired? Like, what is happening? This is like, I'm baffled, absolutely baffled by the All Blacks selection this weekend. The All Blacks lost to Ireland last week, and I was expecting like maybe some tweaks from last week's team, and maybe try to get the team, you know, really try to finish the season with a like solid win. Not to open the game up, allowing for a potential upset. What are you doing? First off, the first selection I saw that really like. I literally screamed, what? When I saw this. Sam Kane is back at number 7. He's played one game. Actually two. He played 2 games. 2 games in this entire year. Against America and against Italy. Both games not too great, okay? He's now back against a very, very, very polished French team. So, Fozzie, at open side flanker, Fozzie, what is happening? Someone please check to see if Fozzie is okay. So at the back line, Nugget Aaron Smith is back. He hasn't played for like since since Bledisloe Cup, which is like 3 months ago, which is like, you know, August. So Aaron Smith is very, very good. So I don't think he's gonna be that bad, but there could be some rust there with Aaron Smith. Richie Mo'unga gets a 10 jersey. Again, the Beauden Barrett had a bit of concussion last week and he's not clear to play, so Richie Mo'unga comes in at 10. George Bridge! We've spoken about this, Fozzie! We've spoken about George Bridge at number 11! Oh my god, this is... Fozzie, George Bridge and... okay, anyway. Quinton Tupaea comes in at 12 over David Havili. I thought Havili surely had an opportunity at 12 here. I mean, Tupaea has been the 50-50 core here. I mean, it's okay. Will Jordan, the rest of the back line is pretty normal. And on the bench, Cody Taylor gets dropped. Probably the best forward that was performing last week against Ireland. He gets dropped. I know he had a yellow card because of a swinging forearm, but still, Cody Taylor gets dropped. What is happening here? Like, Fozzie, what is going on? Where's Ethan Blackadder? Where's Blackadder? So, Frizzell and Vai is in. Brad Weber is in. And where's TJ? Where's TJ Piranara? What the hell is going on here? D-Mac comes in at 22. I think Fozzie has lost his mind. This selection is, man, I genuinely don't know what's going on here, man. Anyway, let's just keep going with this preview. So, as I mentioned, All Blacks has lost Beauden Barrett, probably someone that they really kind of needed for this game. And it feels like maybe Fozzie has looked at the history. So, the All Blacks has done pretty well over the French, and especially around between World Cups. So, the French has to be like the bane of the All Blacks' existence during the Rugby World Cups. The most famous one was in 1995. Was it 1995? Oh no, 1999 World Cup. Where is it? Yeah, so we're 1999 World Cup where the All Blacks was leading like 36 points to like 5 or something at halftime, and then the French came out in the second half, just like some crazy comeback, beating the All Blacks in the second half. It was just like insane. Like, you could not believe the French were down by so much at halftime against the All Blacks and eliminating the All Blacks out of nowhere, okay? And by the way, there was one guy in this 1999 Rugby World Cup miracle win over the All Blacks. There's one guy still in the current French team, and he's the current head coach, Fabien Gauthier. So he definitely knows how to beat the All Blacks from just about any situation. And then obviously everybody can remember the infamous grey jerseys in the Rugby World Cup. everybody remember that the forward pass to what's his name? Frederick Michalak coming off the bench instantly gets a forward pass, and France eliminates the All Greys from the Rugby World Cup 2007. So, and then even in the Rugby World Cup 2011, the final was played against France and the All Blacks, and All Blacks barely scraped out a win. The famous kick from the All Blacks to beat the French. So between the Rugby World Cups, All Blacks has been pretty easy cruising, but this could be the weekend that everything changes. I think Sir Fozzie is probably a little bit overconfident here, putting some of these selections up against a very, very polished French team. And let's have a look at the exact lineup. So at the loose head position for France, Cyril Bailey, he's been pretty good for France this year. He's been a pretty consistent pick at loose head. Patao Mauvaka comes in at number 2. He was playing against the bench against Argentina. Again, someone who's been steadily improving for the French team. And then the tight head proposition, it's called, I think it's pronounced Winnie Antonio. He is the biggest prop in rugby, apparently. So according to his club rugby, he's 145 kilos. But there are reports out there that he's 150 plus. So 150 kilo tight head. Like, it's absolutely gigantic, this guy. Almost 2 meters tall. If he's like 10 kilograms lighter, they'd probably put him at lock, right? Joe Moody comes in at number 1 for the All Blacks. Again, I felt like Joe Moody hasn't been very good for the All Blacks. A little bit slower around the park, but that's up to you to decide. Dan Coles comes in at number 2. A man who likes having a bit of fun comes in at number 2. But I think Dan Coles is a pretty good selection here. I thought he did pretty good against the Ireland. But yeah, but I also think Dan Coles is better coming off the bench, to be quite frank. Nipo Laulala comes in number 3. Again, maybe the handling for Nipo Laulala, especially like his support game in terms of attacking, like support, it's a little bit lacking. He drops the ball, and he tends to not really do much of hard running. So maybe the number 3 selection here has to be a little bit adjusted, but I was surprised. I mean, he's a solid scrummager. That's pretty much, all you can ask for. But the tight 5, especially the front rowers, were a little bit slow against the Irish last week. So I was surprised to see this. Anyway, tight 5, Cameron Woolkey comes in number 4. Probably one of the best breakdown players for the French team. He's a danger man. Sometimes they play him at 7, but he's quite tall and really, really good line-out option as well for the French team. Comes in number 4. Paul Willemse comes in number 5. I think he's an ex-South African. Comes in number 5 in the locking duo. This is a pretty good locking duo. And Cameron Woolkey kind of doubles up as a number 7, an extra open side flanker. So yeah, the breakdown is going to be very, very highly contested by the French. That is 100% sure. Brody Ritali comes in number 4. Sam Whitelock stays at number 5. I thought these two guys were a little bit slow last week. I thought maybe there should be some adjustments. Like Tui Palutu might have been a better option here, or at least giving him a bit of a run. But yeah. So something that I thought should have been adjusted. So Fozzie has not done so. In the loose forwards, Francois Croc comes in number 6, and Anthony Gerlock moves from number 8 spot to number 7. Normally, he also plays number 8. And Gregory Audrit comes off the bench from the Argentinian game, by the way. Comes off the bench to number 8. So it's pretty obvious that the French is targeting the breakdown a lot, having Woki as basically at number 7 in the lock position. I think he's a lock, but they're sometimes playing number 7 and just really packing that the back line. They really want to flood the breakdown, and they have definitely identified the slower pacing as well in the tight 5 for the All Blacks to really kind of pulling this kind of lineup. So yeah, it's normally what they would do is they would put an extra lock in the back line, but the French kind of have done the opposite. They kind of put a flanker, more of a flanker kind of person at lock. So they've definitely wanted to put pressure on the breakdown. And as we shall see, the breakdown, it could be a potential issue for the All Blacks here. So the best breakdown and the best defenders for the All Blacks are Ethan Blackadder and Dalton Papali'i. Both players are not selected. I genuinely, yeah, I know. What is happening here? I don't know what's going on with anyway. So Akira Ioane comes in at number 6. And Sam Kane, who only played 2 test matches, being widely criticized, being completely out of shape, completely just full of rust, gets a number 7. Open side flanker position, number 7. And this is going to get heavily targeted. This could be a match defining area of the game where the French potentially pull ahead. Adi Savir has always been pretty solid for the All Blacks, comes in at number 8. Now the backline, Anton Dupont, widely considered the best number 9 in the world. He plays almost like a number 10. He directs the traffic a lot, but he's up against the GOAT, Nugget, Aaron Smith at number 9 for the All Blacks. Aaron Smith, again, there could be a little bit of rust here. He has been away since the Rugby Championship, not injured, just being taking a break. So, and this was after the Bledisloe Cup, so he's been away for quite some while now. Maybe some rust here. This is his first game back after being called in 2 weeks ago. So, yeah, we shall see how he handles. I feel like, Aaron Smith should have the experience to be okay, but we shall see how much ice cream he's been eating over the last 2-3 months when he's been off duty. Roman Ntamak gets called in at number 10, so there has been a couple, a few actually, really good number 10s for the French team. So Ntamak gets his opportunity at 10. This is a pretty big call over, what is it? What is his name? Jelly Bear. Matthew Jellybear as well at number 10. So yeah, interesting stuff here. Richie Mo'unga gets caught up on the bench at number 10 for a HRA, head concussed Bodie Barrett. So Richie Mo'unga has a bit of a little bit lacking in a bit of flair. Been heavily criticized in the media the last couple of days. Everybody's saying that Bodie Barrett is the better option at 10, but there are no choice here. Richie Mo'unga is back at 10. His kicking has been quite good, but maybe his ability to identify the space around the park is falling off a little bit after a break. So there's still a bit of rust from Richie to work out. Number 11, Gabin Villiers has been starting to become one of the more and more prominent players at number 11. And it's interesting how Teddy Thomas, I think his name, wasn't getting selected for the winger position, but Gabin had a really good run against the Wallabies in July, so maybe his impressive performance there has been carried forward to earn himself a start at number 11. And George Bridge, I don't know why he's even in the team. You let me know your thoughts on George Bridge. I thought he's pretty ordinary. He's not nearly as good as he was in 2019, and he's just not really quite as good as he used to be. So that's what I can say. Jonathan Dantier comes in at number 12. He was on the bench against Argentina. He's up against Quentin Tupea, who only had a couple runs this season for the All Blacks. It's interesting to see how he is favoured over Havili, someone the All Blacks has been relying on for pretty much the entire Super Rugby Championship. So, Tupea, interesting selection here. I thought maybe, this is a big moment for him, actually. We shall see how he goes. And he's probably 50-50 for me between him and David Havili, to be honest. Gail Fuku, I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, he's an outside centre for French, has been a pretty solid performer for French team, one of the veterans. He's up against Rieko Ioane, moves into the outside centre position. I do think Rieko is much better at wing, so I guess Anton Leonard-Brown is injured. They don't really have another option for centre. So Rieko at 13, I don't mind too much about that because Rieko is really good at line breaks and making those hard running that the All Blacks really want from these sort of positions. And number 14, Damian Pernald, the danger man for the French backline. He is probably the best finisher. Maybe Teddy Thomas is up there as well, but he's definitely the most dangerous man in the backline for the French team. Damian Pernald at number 14. He's also up against the most dangerous man in the All Blacks team, Will Jordan. Absolute brilliance, individual brilliance against Ireland last week. And again, he's consistently being able to do this where he's able to create space, create opportunities with really good vision, a little bit of chip and chase, kicking game, really good kicking game. So Will Jordan, a spectacular performance for the All Blacks. So this two winger matching up, we'll see. Yeah, it's really interesting to match up and see who actually pulls out on top in this wing position. Melvin Gemini comes in at number 15 after a really, really good performance against Australia in July. Jordie Barrett has been, incredibly good for the All Blacks all year round. And both the fullbacks are doing the kicking. Actually, no, maybe Richie Mo'unga might be doing the kicking this one. But Jaminet is definitely going to be doing the kicking for the French team. And his kicking percentage is extremely high. Like 90% or something so far in international rugby. And Jordie Barrett has been pretty good for the All Blacks. Also really up there, like 80%, 85% as well. So it'd be interesting to see who actually does the kicking for the All Blacks. I would suspect Jordie Barrett will be kicking because he has been kicking quite well in the last few weeks. And in fact, last time Jordie Barrett and Richie Mo'unga was playing together on the field, Jordie Barrett was doing the kicking, so I wouldn't be surprised if he continues. In the back line, the French team has opted for Gaëtan Barlot at number 16, Jean-Baptiste Gros at number 17, and Demba Bamba at number 18. The huge reserves front rows for the French team. Jean-Baptiste Gros and Demba Bamba are has developed quite a lot in recent times, especially Demba Bamba, a really scrummager in the tight head spot. And they're up against Takiyaho at number 16, the Chiefs hooker. And he's actually been quite good for the All Blacks since he came in as an injury replacement for Dan Coles. I am surprised to not see Cody Taylor here because I do think Cody Taylor gives All Blacks that little bit more flair, a bit more of running rugby that they really wanted to do for the Thai Fives. But Takiyaho is pretty good at that too. And he's a really good set piece performer as well. George Power comes in at number 17. Tuanga Fasi at number 18. Big test for these guys, especially up against Demba Bamba. At number 19, Romain Tafifenua, a giant fella for the French team again, comes in at number 19. And Tupou Tavai comes in at number 19 for the All Blacks. And Thibault Flamette comes in at number 20. His only debut recently for the French, and he's been quite impressive to get another spot at number 20 position. Shannon Frizzell comes in for the All Blacks at number 20. So I'm interested to see that Blackadder isn't even on the bench. I thought Blackadder or even Papali'i should have been taking one of these spots here. So I am very concerned for the All Blacks breakdown this weekend, to be really frank. Dylan Cretin comes in number 21 for the French, and Brad Weber, instead of TJ Perenara, comes in number 21. I do think that TJ Perenara will bring that bit of pace in the second half, will really help the All Blacks a lot, be much more synergetic with, players like D-Mac, who also likes that fast-paced gaming. So it's interesting how they opted for Brad Weber. And Maxime Lucio, I'm not sure. He's coming in at number 22. And then Matthew Jalibert, another really good fly half option for France on the bench at number 23. And D-Mac at 22 for the All Blacks. And David Halvili most likely coming in at a wing for Quinton Tupaya at some point in the 23 jersey. Interesting here. I feel like Fozzie may have taken the French a little bit too lightly. This, I think there could be an upset in making here. Let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And it's Gabby and Gautier gonna get a dub over the All Blacks on the weekend. Is the All Blacks gonna lose 2 games in a row again in 2021? Let me know your thoughts. Thank you for watching this, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys a bit later this week. Cheers.